Hello students, today we are going to discuss class 11, class 12 RBSE, chapter number 1 composite functions. And in this chapter 1, chapter 2 together, you are going to get 7 marks in your board exam. Okay, let's start this composite functions. We don't want to waste our time, we have to start. Before going to start our chapter, first let us pray, then we can start. God kindly provide your knowledge and wisdom to solve our mathematics problems and daily life problems. Thank you, God. Right. So again we are going to discuss this recapitulation of your class 11 means we just recapture. So what was you learned in the class 11 same chapters? So you learned what is function, learned what is representation of function, you learned what is F image, what is domain, codomain, range, types of functions. So there are many types of functions that we'll discuss in detail later. And at last, our chapter named as composite functions. Right, our first point is what? What is function? If each element of any set A is associated with an unique element of any set B, then this relation is known as function. Here unique means single relation. So here, what is function? If each element of any set A is associated, means that is connected with an unique element of any set B, then this relation is known as function. Understood? Now we are going to discuss what is the representation of function. How you represent a function. See this, we can represent in this way. We can read it as f such that a tends to b, or f maps a to b. We say as f maps a to b, or in other words we can say f is a function from a to b. So you can read this as f maps a to b. Now we are going to discuss what is F image, what is domain, codomain and range, which we discussed in your class 11. What is F image? If Y is an element of set B corresponding to X, which is an element of set A, then this statement will be represented as Y is equal to F of X and Y is known as F image. So in this expression, y is equal to f of x place. So y is called as f image. So the meaning of that it is, whichever the set B element is there, that is connected with the set A. So that set B elements which are connected to the A is called as f image. So I can show you in a diagrammatic form and you can understand. A and B are there. So here for example, this part is we may represent total as with x, right? So that I'll write 1, 2 and this I may write as 4 and 5. So now this 1 is connected with 4, 5 is connected with 2. Now what is meaning of y is equal to f of x means this 4 is connected with the element x of set A, and then that y is nothing but here 5 is connected with, and that function f is connected with 5 is connected with the 2, and here 4 and 5 is called as f image. Clear? Now we are going to discuss what is domain, codomain, range. F is a function a to b. Then A is called as, always the input we can call it as domain, output we can call it as, what we can call codomain. And then sometimes this codomain equal to range. Oh, we need to know what is the difference between domain, codomain, range. So here, whatever the input is given, that is called as domain, whatever the output is called as codomain, and range means the which elements are connected. That is called as range. In other words, we can say that set of elements of B which are F image of element of set A means here now observe 4, 5 are the F images of 1 and 2. So now your range we can call it as 4 and 5 which are connected with the point A. For example, here 6 also there. So then what will happen? So here 4 and 5 call it as range, 4, 5, 6 we can call it as codomain. You have understood the difference here now. So what is here? First here domain A is equal to 1, comma 2 and then your codomain B is equal to 4, 5, 6. So in this codomain we don't want to bother about the connection of this 6. You are observed there is no connection for the 6. So anyway, that is we can call it as the whole B set as codomain. And if I want to range, that F image must be. So that's what here which are 4 is connected with 1, 5 is connected with 2 means. So this set B sum of some elements are connected with the set A. These which are the elements of set B are connected with the set A, that set B elements are called as range. So means what is that? 4, comma 5. So that is about your domain, codomain, range. In this session, we discussed what is a function and then what is how to represent a function, what is F image and what is domain, codomain and range. In next session, we are going to discuss what are the different types of functions are there. Then we'll go to our concept composite functions.